G'day guys, good morning. How is everyone today? Hope you're doing well. We'll just give it a couple of minutes and let a few more bods join, and then we'll get on with the stream. For anyone who has joined so far, if you could give me a comment in the chat just to let me know you can hear me okay. Fayaz, g'day buddy, how are you? Rishi, how you doing buddy? Is it Mr. Beck? Hello, g'day. Frank, hello. Thanks, Fayaz. How is everyone today? If it's morning where you are, good morning. Afternoon, happy Wednesday to you all. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the midweek market meetup, everyone, for Ash Capital. Thanks for joining. Wanted to start off by mentioning the Unicorn University, which officially launched this week. So there's an amazing opportunity here with the Unicorn University to learn and refine your trading. And this is from beginner to payout. The payouts coming through in the Unicorn University have been amazing. Watching people grow and achieve their first payout or multiple payouts. There's a great opportunity to get into a really, really good community and learn from the best mentor, Ash himself, Ash Trades. Learn everything there is to know about the unicorn model, psychology and trading. So consider joining Unicorn University. There is a link in the description if you're so inclined to do so. We'd love to have you in there. To celebrate the launch this week, we're also running a My Funded Futures giveaway. So there's a link also in the description to the giveaway. That'll take you over to my X account, and you can follow the rules to enter the giveaway if you haven't already. The winner will be drawn on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning, Pivot the Trader. How you doing? Thank you for joining. All right, we've got some formalities out the way. Let's go and have a look at today's calendar, which we want to see here. Here we go. Zaza, good morning. Thanks for jumping on the stream, mate. So we have Jolt's job openings at 10 a.m. today. Now there is the NFP protocol if certain individuals follow that, whereby with non-farm payroll on Friday, we don't look to trade Wednesday through Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. no trades. But that really is up to the individual. So from an independent thinking perspective, you assume the risk, and if you decide you want to trade, that's entirely up to you. For me, I will be definitely keeping an eye on the markets, but for any of this high impact news, I wouldn't be looking to participate till after the news, but keeping in mind that it's a higher risk trading environment this week, at least the back end of it. So keep that in mind. We have 10 a.m. news today. So after the news today, you may want to look for an opportunity. And also, I think you could potentially use some of these events, in particular, non-farm payroll, to have a go at one shot, one kill in some evals. So, maybe you want to jump onto that. It does work. I've done it. You can fail them as well. I've done that too plenty of times. It really is a 50-50, but, it's worth a shot. It's quick funding if you pass. Mr. Reckless, g'day, how you doing? Nivem from Discord. Thanks for joining, bud. So yeah, think about that. If you want a one shot, one kill, you can do that with My Funded Futures or Apex. And Apex have got some good sales on at the moment. I know there's been a lot of FUD around Apex at the moment, but they have paid out quite a lot of money too. So everything's at your own risk. As Ash says, you want to diversify, use multiple prop firms, have a cash account, spread your risk. And if you stick to the rules, you'll get paid. All right, let's go over to the charts, eh? So feel free to throw any questions or comments in the chat, and we'll work through them as we go, or we'll have a look at the end and see what's in the chat. So starting out today on NQ, we had a nice sell-off yesterday, didn't we? It was a bit of a tricky one yesterday. NQ was holding this bullish FEG. So, I was really looking for price to take these equal highs at least, but it didn't do that. So it mitigated this bullish FEG, and we've now sold off and resting in another bullish FEG, or our internal liquidity. Just through there. So when we're sitting in a bullish FEG, we have a bullish bias. So we want to try and keep bias as simple as possible. If we're at an external level, a swing low, bullish bias. Internal level, bullish FEG, bullish bias. And obviously the opposite for bearish bias. So just trying to keep it as simple as possible. We don't want to overcomplicate it. I use the daily time frame for my bias, and then I work through my hourly structure, and then I execute on the 5-minute. So looking for price to move higher today out of this bullish FEG. WeY, G'day. CL invalid ERL. We'll go and have a look at CL shortly. Bazaroy, good morning. Jukes, good morning. Hey, well done. I'm just going to say Bass if that's all right. It might be easier. Thanks. Well done. Well done on your first payout. That's amazing. What an achievement. You should definitely take the rest of the week off and celebrate that, and then get right back to work on Monday. Thanks, Jukes. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the shout out. Okay, let's have a look on the hourly here. WY 1 hour SMT NQES. We'll have a look at that. So yesterday I was looking at, I've moved my toolbar, so I've just got to get used to where I've positioned it. I was looking yesterday at this bullish breaker. We also had a change in the state of delivery. And they were levels that I was looking for price, to hold if we were going to keep that bullish bias. Obviously those levels were mitigated, so price sold off. And if we zoom out, it was reaching for this low resistance liquidity through here. Price is in consolidation at the moment. Not really surprised. We have news today, and then obviously lots of high impact news for the rest of the week. So we'd be looking for a change in the state of delivery through here to see that price moves higher. So preferably, if we can get another sweep here, would be good. We want to see a sweep into a level of interest. So we had a sweep through here. But ideally, I'd like to see price come lower here before moving higher. Now, WY mentioned this SMT, so let's have a look. Let's pull up ES next to yep, we do have an SMT there. So we have a bullish SMT. So NQ made a higher low here on the 3 AM candle, while ES made a lower low. So that gives us a bullish SMT. So we could use that as confluence to higher prices if we get a change in the state of delivery. So ES did sweep the low here, and we didn't get displacement through this candle. We'll come back to ES, we'll have a closer look. So we haven't got a change in the state of delivery just yet. Bass says his friends call him Bass. Perfect. Bass it is. Frank, hi Jimmy. If the price fell below the bullish FEG at the open, still bullish. So we're talking about the daily, I'm assuming. And look, you have to be objective. Like if price did fall through, this FEG with displacement, then yes, you'd have to start thinking, well, maybe we've got the bias wrong today. But remember, price can also fall through and then retrace back up and close inside the bullish FEG. And then, you know, with this move higher, you still potentially could have got an opportunity to take a long trade, because we're obviously using bias to form an idea. So looking at the daily here, we look at it and say, okay, this gives me a bullish idea for the day. So going into New York Open, if all my elements align, I get the bullish idea from here, and then I move to the hourly. We get a sweep of a hourly point of interest, whether it's a swing low, a bullish FEG, and then we can work from that to look for a position on the 5 minute. So if we get the sweep, then on the hourly, then we move into the 5 minute. So I wouldn't automatically move to a bearish bias just because price has moved below, but I would certainly tread with caution. So waiting to see, obviously we have the SMT here, which is a good sign. There's no guarantee, but I'd like to see a change in the state of delivery here on the hourly to support the idea that we will actually move higher out of this bullish FEG on the daily. So bullish idea for NQ. Let's have a look at ES now. How many you trade per week? For me, I'm happy to look for a position every day. I trade 4 assets: NQ, ES, CL, and Euro futures. They're the 4 assets that I focus on. I'll happily take 1 trade per day across either of those assets, and then look for 1 trade or up to 5 trades across the week, 1 each day. If I take a loss on a day, that's it. I'm out for the day. So I try and stay quite disciplined with that. As we say in Premium or Unicorn University, less is more. You'll hear Ash say that a million times. Zaza says it has formed a BPR, balance price range 2 on the daily. We might bounce here. Let's have a quick look. Is that, I'm assuming, NQ because we were there. You're talking through here, Zaza, with this inversion. So yeah, there is potential there if that's what you're looking at, to see a bounce from there, and potentially looking at an open low high close for the daily candle. We've taken previous day low already, so we could actually see a nice move higher today. Okay, let's move over to ES. Similar story here on ES, located within a bullish FEG. Therefore, we have a bullish bias. Sometimes it can be that simple. So yesterday, I had a neutral bias on ES, and the reason being is because we had ES sweep this high, and a little bit more into the remainder of this FEG that's sitting here, this CIBI. We'd only just swept that, like by a tick just about, and because I had a bullish bias on it NQ, and we are talking about correlated assets, I did stay neutral on ES, just because there was that sort of misalignment between the two assets. So now today they're both aligned. They're both sitting in bullish FEGs, a location that tells us we look to be bullish on the daily. So moving from internal to external, so looking for price to move higher today on ES. So a bullish idea on ES. So we already pointed out the SMT here with NQ. So it's a bullish SMT. And again, looking for a change in the state of delivery. We don't have one just yet, as we don't have a displaced leg through. If we can get price to move higher from here, with that displacement, then this could be considered the change in the state of delivery. We swept the low here, and then this would be the first time, if we do get this displacement through, where we get a change in trend. But again, we still obviously have quite a lot of liquidity, this low resistance liquidity through here, where price could reach to. So we'll see what news brings, what sort of reaction we get from news, and then at open. Opens first, and then news at 10. So we'll see if we get that volatility injection to move price up a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at oil. I had some markings on there, some drawings on there from yesterday, so I decided to leave them there. So this swing low here was my initial target yesterday, and then this was my following target, and we reached into that today, so that was good to see. Rick says US oil could be interesting, 1 hour unicorn after taking previous day low, swing low. So okay, let's get the daily out of the way, and then we'll get down to the hourly and see what that's all about. So okay, so we've swept the swing low. So external liquidity, and we've had a nice reaction there as well. So looking for price to move internal. It's quite a large gap here, so not expecting that to be filled, but we do have all this liquidity resting here that price can draw up into. There's usually on a Wednesday as well, we have oil inventories that has been moved to Thursday. So there's no news for oil today. Just keep that in mind. So if you're looking to trade oil from 9 a.m. So bullish idea for oil. We can see some of these markings here. So looking at this range, I just took from the manipulation of the range to the swing low. For my standard deviations, we had the -2 to 2.5 aligned with this low resistance liquidity here. And then we had where that swing low was on the daily, we had this low resistance liquidity through here as well. So, and that was where our max extension of our -4 rested. And you can see that price, it just about touched the -4 extension. So we had a close below the -2.5. When we get that close, we can anticipate price to consolidate or at the level -2 to 2.5, we can look for price to consolidate or retrace. If we do get the move lower and we get the close below the -2.5, then we can anticipate price to reach our -4 max extension. So that's exactly what price did here. So it's a really good example of the standard deviations working their magic. So we have hourly change in the state of delivery. We also have a breaker block here with an FVG aligned. So this is our unicorn. So we've got a low, a high, lower low, higher high. So that's our unicorn. Where's my tool there? There we go. So we can see this. That's what we look for, and we have the displacement. So this is a great example here of a reversal on the hourly time frame. We've reached our targets on the sell side, and now we're looking at the buy side. And if price is able to find support at this level here, then we can anticipate higher prices. And with that, we have high resistance liquidity on our side of price. And then we have essentially low resistance liquidity through here, and then again through here, or smooth edges or relative equal highs through this level here. So great areas to target. And if we use our standard deviations from the leg that took liquidity on the sweep here from the low to the high, we can see that price has nice alignment, this low resistance liquidity, with our -2.5 to -4 region. So if CL can hold the change in state of delivery and the bullish unicorn, then I think we're in for a good chance of higher prices. Let's have a look at Euro futures. So when I did my analysis yesterday, price was selling off through this bullish FEG. So price was actually, down here somewhere. so I actually had a bearish bias, but we can see that price did manage to come back up into this bullish FEG. So this is still this now is a bullish idea on the daily, so a bullish bias, because we're still finding support in this bullish FEG. So a bullish bias on the daily for Euro futures. It's the same with FX. It's the same looking chart. There's very little difference from what I've ever noticed. But if you guys think there is and want me to look at the FX chart, just let me know. So with the there was actually a trade that played out yesterday. If we just drop down to the 5 minute for a minute, it's easy to find because of this huge wick. So we had the bearish bias. Remember, we use the bias to form an idea or to frame an idea. We had price, and we were looking for, or for me, I was looking for a bearish trade yesterday, or a short. So we had this news wick here, and then we got our breaker. And we got wicked in. And then, where's my tools? Here we go. Depending where you had your stop, you would have achieved 2R. So that was a nice little trade, actually. I missed it due to a distraction, unfortunately, but it was a valid trade nonetheless. So back out on the hourly. We don't have any displacement through this leg, do we? No. Doesn't look like it. Just looking for that change in the state of delivery. If we had that displacement, this would have been the leg that I would have been looking at. This is a bullish order block though. So maybe price will find support there for a move higher. If it falls through here, then it might just keep falling and our bullish bias will be wrong. But we do have a ton of low resistance liquidity on the other side of price. We've got nice high resistance liquidity through here. And we can look for, from the bodies, for price to support to this midpoint of the order block, or the consequent encroachment of the order block. We're using the consecutive candles. If you want to see a nice video on that little bit of secret sauce, as Jack Lee calls it, go and check his video out that he ran the other day. JL Trades is his YouTube channel. He did a nice little video on a trade he took for a unicorn, and his secret sauce was all about the order blocks and how they respect the consequent encroachment, and pretty much what I just drew out then. So great little video that he put together for that. Okay, let's move on to gold. On the daily, so gold seems to keep finding support at this bullish FEG, plus we also see a sweep of this swing low. So that's our most recent information. Therefore, we have a bullish bias. Obviously, we're working with all-time highs here, so there's no internal liquidity to reach for, but our nearest liquidity or our external is this level here. So if we can see price move higher, we also have low resistance liquidity here with these failure swings. Let's drop down to the hourly. So we've got nice high resistance liquidity here. Plenty of low resistance liquidity on the other side of price. Through here as well. And we may actually get a change in the state of delivery if price keeps moving the way it is. And the reason I dropped to the line chart or changed to the line chart is it actually helps to identify the change in the state of delivery. It makes it a lot clearer, so you can see where we get a move like this here. You could look at that and go, okay, is there a change in state of delivery there? There's nothing here just yet. So resting in a hourly bearish FEG at the moment, so we need to see if price respects the FEG or if it's able to close through that FEG, and then it'll give us a balanced price range or an inversion, and we might be able to look for price to use this leg here as an order block for higher prices. So still, so overall bullish on gold. So Dixie, zoom in a little bit there. With Dixie, we had price. We're looking for bearish price action yesterday because we were in a bearish FEG. On the daily, price, looking for price to move lower, it actually closed through that, therefore mitigating that bearish FEG. Now, it didn't do it with displacement. It was a close above, but it wasn't a strong close. So looking at, the dealing range here, this being discount, this being premium, we have a bearish FEG up here in discount, which may be an area for price to reach to. So price disrespecting the the bearish FEG here, I'll be looking for price to reach to this bearish FEG in a premium. Let's have this opening gap here on the hourly, which will more than likely be filled. Price loves to fill gaps. So I'll be looking for price to reach up and fill that. Just been slowly trending up here, just a nice little grind. Rolled over a little bit here. But this is a range through here, so be watching to see if price can actually break out of this range, be in the midpoint of the range. You know, if we can get a manipulation lower, potentially for price to continue higher. Frank says NQ daily bearish unicorn is playing and reaching 1R. Isn't it supposed to be bearish? So on the daily, Frank, I understand what you're saying. So looking at this as a bearish breaker. Our stop hunt here. We have displacement through and price respecting that bearish breaker. And I don't disagree with that at all. But what I do look at is the most recent information. And that most recent information is we are located in a bullish FEG, and therefore that's why I've got a bullish bias. So we'll go and have a look at GBP and then we'll start wrapping it up. Ash also has his stream today. So here on the daily for GBP, price has mitigated this bullish FEG. So we've closed below. We did that on Friday. So I've been bearish since, and we had a more decisive move yesterday. Price is literally at the opening price right now for today, so that's interesting. If we have a look at this dealing range, or we can even bring it down to this low here, we have this bearish FEG here, this bullish FEG down here, or another one resting in here. These are all target areas. When we get down to the hourly, you can see that the standard deviations are still marked up from yesterday. So potential areas for price to reach to. So bearish today for GBP. And you can see since we had the change in the state of delivery here, price has just been pushing down, respecting the trend here. And the trend is your friend till the end of the trend, as they say. Now we do actually have a change in the state of delivery here. So we've got price moving through this level here. We had a sweep of the low, and we have displacement. Price is actually respecting this level too, which is interesting. So I'll be keeping an eye on this to see if price respects the change in the state of delivery, or if price is to fall through, mitigating that level, and continue with the bearish bias we have from the daily. Okay, let's look to start wrapping it up. Let's look at a couple of questions. Frank says, thanks for the reply. No worries, Frank. Saro trades. Isn't the crude oil inventories every Wednesday? Exactly. It usually is every Wednesday. Sometimes they shift it to a Thursday because of other news. So it's actually Thursday this week. If you want to have a look, we'll have a look at, let's go to Forex Factory. So when you're on Forex Factory, I guess most people are familiar with this loading page here. You see your news. If you hover over the Forex Factory label up here, it will bring up these three options. So you've got metals, energy, and crypto. So if we click on the energy tab, and my computer doesn't melt, there we go. We'll see that news is actually on Thursday this week for we've got gas storage plus the oil inventories, so we can expect some volatility there. They don't always do that, but occasionally you'll see that happen. So it's always worth checking. Fayaz, for changing the state of delivery is FEG a must? Yes, you need to see the displacement. That's what gives you the confirmation of it being the change in state of delivery. So you do want to see that displacement through the price level where you believe the change in the state of delivery is at. So it can be in that leg. It doesn't have to be right on that level. So if we have a look back here on GBP, you want to see displacement in this leg. It doesn't have to be right here. It can be above price, above this level that I've got marked out, or it can be below it, but you want to see displacement in that leg for it to be a true change in the state of delivery. No worries, buddy. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. If there's no more questions, thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. Please like and sub. And also just remember about Unicorn University that launched this week. We've also got the giveaway that we're running at the moment. So check in the description for the details down there. Fun. Gold made SMT with silver. All right, let's have a look. Have a quick look at that and then we'll wrap it up. Yep, so perfect example, very good example of an SMT, a bullish SMT. So we see here price making the, gold making a lower low, while silver made a higher low. So a great example of a bullish SMT. And then if we also look at silver, see how I've used the line chart here. So this is where, and that's where my eye was drawn initially before I moved to the line chart. But this is where we see our change in the state of delivery. And you can see here we have an FEG in this leg that has moved higher. So if price can respect this level, then we can anticipate higher prices. All right, guys. if there's no more questions, I'm going to end it there now. Have a good session today. Trade safe. Remember, it is NFP week. Utilize NFP protocol if you choose to do so. Just trade safe. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you in the Discord. Bye for now, guys.